For most of my life, I've always thought that if I would improve myself and that I would achieve my goals, that I would then reach the point in my life that I could finally, truly be happy. Like truly, truly happy, where you've reached a point in your life where you can just sort of relax and be content with the life that you're living, right? And especially during the phases where I wasn't doing so well in life, I'd always tell myself, well, this makes perfect sense because I'm fat and I'm broke, I don't have a job, I do nothing but play video games all day and live in my parents' basement, and I'm too afraid to talk to girls, so that is the reason why I'm feeling unhappy right now. And so if I fix these problems, if I am no longer fat and I'm no longer broke and I have a girlfriend, then my problems are fixed and then I'll actually get to be happy, right? And there came a time in my life where I sort of initially thought that I was right about this. Because there came a time in my life where I actually did start to radically flip my life around and I started to improve myself. So I started to lose some weight. I started to bring up the courage to talk to girls and I got a job, so now I was no longer broke. And I felt on top of the world. I felt probably like the best that I've ever felt in life, or like one of the best feelings that I've ever felt in life. I felt confident, I felt happy, I woke up with a smile on my face, everything. I just felt good, okay? And I remember very well that I'd tell myself, damn, if this is what I'm feeling right now already, then imagine how happy I am finally allowed to be once I've actually achieved my goals. Because right now I still didn't have a girlfriend, right? I brought up the courage to actually talk to girls, and hey, I was making progress and I was developing my social skills, but I still didn't have a girlfriend. And yeah, I was making progress losing weight, but I was still a little bit fat and I wasn't at my goal body yet. So I wasn't done with my goals yet, and yet I was feeling incredibly good about it. So I would tell myself, if this is what I'm feeling right now, then imagine how incredible I'm going to feel when I've actually achieved all of those things. How I'm going to feel at the end point, right? But there came a point in my life where I had reached this end point, this temporary end point that I had set for myself. And I sat there in the comfort of my own home, on the couch with the girlfriend and the body that I wanted to have. And I had a job. I mean, I wasn't rich. Sure, I wanted to have more money, but at least I had a job and I wasn't broke anymore. I wasn't the loser that just played World of Warcraft all day anymore. I sat there and I realized that I wasn't feeling that good at all. In fact, there came a point where I didn't really have any goals to work towards. And I actually felt kind of bad again. I wasn't feeling as bad as I felt during my lowest lows. Sure, I still felt better, I guess. But I wasn't feeling good. I was actually feeling kind of bad despite the fact that I had achieved so many of these goals that I wanted to achieve. I felt a lot worse than I did during that phase where I was improving myself and I was shedding off the weight and I was going out and talking to girls. And it was the inner gamer inside of me that suddenly realized what was going on, because without really knowing that it happened, I had already experienced this before in the video games that I played. So I've played a lot of games like World of Warcraft, where you usually have things that you are working towards, right? And I noticed several times throughout my gaming career that I would always work towards something. So for example, you're trying to get the best gear for your character and you're having a lot of fun trying to get the best gear, and you always tell yourself, oh man, once I have all the best gear, it's going to be so amazing, right? Well, that is when the fun really starts, because then I have the best gear and I have such an awesome character, and oh man, I can't wait until I've reached that point in the game. That is what I'm working towards. That's going to make me feel so fucking good. But whenever you have all the best gear. You just stand there in the game. You look at your own character and you realize that you don't really have much to do in the game anymore. And the whole game kind of just feels empty. And you miss the times where you didn't have the best gear yet, but you could still work towards the best gear. All this time that you've been telling yourself that the fun will start by the time that you've achieved your goals, you failed to realize that you were having the most fun all along. And now I came to a point in my life where I realized that the exact same thing applies to real life. Just like how in a video game you have more fun getting the gear than actually having the gear, in real life you become a lot happier from working towards your goals than from actually achieving your goals. I was sitting there on the couch with my best gear on. I had the body that I dreamt of having. I had a girlfriend. I had a job. I was no longer broke. And I realized that all this time that I was working towards this point, I was failing to realize that I was already living the life that I wanted to live. I was already feeling what I wanted to feel all along, but I was failing to realize it because I was stuck in this illusion that I had to achieve this fucking point at some point in the future. You see, you don't suddenly become happy once you have a specific number in the bank account. It doesn't work like that. You don't suddenly go from depressed to happy the very day that you get a girlfriend or that you get a promotion at work. The real way to become happy is to see yourself consistently working towards your goals on a day-to-day basis. It's by looking in the mirror and seeing that you are slowly but steadily losing weight. It's by talking to that girl and bringing up the courage to ask her out, or bringing up the courage to ask your boss for a promotion. And even if your boss or that girl say no and reject you, it is the act of consistently working towards your goals and picking yourself back up from failure and learning from failure and rejection. That is exactly how you become happy and build the life of your dreams. The life of your dreams does not start at the end point, but it starts by what you do on a day-to-day basis. And so I guess there are two main reasons why I wanted to make this video. And the first one is just the fact that you need to be careful and you need to make sure that you always have something in your life that you can kind of work towards. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be like a business goal or whatever. But you have to have something in life that inspires you and that you can aim for, or else you're going to have that same feeling in that video game where you just stare at your own character and everything feels empty again. But the second and probably most important thing that I want you to know is that all of this means that the life of your dreams is probably a lot closer than you think that it is. Like I said, the life of your dreams does not start at the end point. The life of your dreams starts when you consistently start working towards your goals. So you could literally be living the life of your dreams several weeks or maybe several days from now. If you come up with a solid plan, you figure out what you truly want in life and what you truly have to do to work towards these things, and you start to work consistently towards them, you bring up the courage to break your comfort bubble and you start working hard consistently towards your goals, you could literally feel the happiest that you'll ever feel in your entire life several weeks from now. That's not an exaggeration. You could literally feel the happiest you'll ever feel in life several weeks from now. You could be living the life of your dreams. In fact, a lot of people are living a pretty damn good life already right now. But just like how the gamers are failing to realize that they were having the best gaming time of their life, these people are failing to realize that they're already living a good life, and they're failing to appreciate the life that they have, because they are stuck in this mindset where they believe that they're only supposed to be happy once they've achieved certain goals in life. They're waiting until they've reached that certain end point in life, where they have a certain amount of money or they have a certain body that they're dreaming of. But the truth is that there is no end point in life. There never is. Once you've achieved a goal, you're either just going to feel empty or you'll just have a new goal to work towards. And the only thing that really, really matters is what you do on a day-to-day basis. So do not ever waste these possibly incredible years of your life that you're having right now being stuck in this idea that your life only starts at a certain point in the future. Because you could literally be living the life of your dreams right now.